Hello there everyone, this is Mark 3 and OMG, what is this? It's Cosmoteer! I seem to recall last time I said that the next episode will be in 2 days. That was about a month and a bit ago. Oh dear. Sorry about that. Quick shout out to Captain Redstone as well, who reminded me that it had actually been, well, not directly, but reminded me that it's been a bit, so got me to check and realise, oh wow, it really has been that long. So, yeah, welcome back to Cosmoteer. You'd think I'd have learned my lesson by now, wouldn't you? It's like, whenever I've said things like that in the past, it's often resulted in something happening and me getting sidetracked. And I think that's sadly what's happened in this case. Unfortunately, it was right on the cusp of an important milestone I never knew existed. I'll just stop firing those. I'll explain why I was firing those in a few moments. And the milestone is... apparently, most Let's Plays of this game, for some reason, falter and stop right when it's getting to the edge of Elite. And that just happened to be where this one faltered. Wasn't my intention, but that's what happened, so... Sorry about that one. That was a complete accident. Didn't mean to worry anyone, but... I should put that there. But yeah, that's just how it wound up happening. As what actually happened... I don't know what I did there. It's been a while, right? Well... sometimes I get distracted by something shiny and or health related. And... needs more thrust. And the result is pretty much that I lose track of things. So that happened with the channel about a month ago. I struggled for a week-ish, then I managed to come back with some video content. And all is fine and dandy, right? No, not really. What actually happened, as it turned out, was that what did I just delete? Door. Right. What actually happened was that there was a slight reshuffle, and I actually forgot that I was actively doing Cosmoteer, which is, I know, probably a bit of a hard thing to do, but it is what happened, and that's why there's not been Cosmoteer. I just had this niggling thing, and sometimes I'd remember it's like, oh wait, wasn't I doing this thing? And then I'd get distracted again by something no doubt very shiny and important, and it's be like, I'd just forget again. So I didn't actually realise how long it had been until Redstone spoke up on the Discord a few days ago, and it's like, oh yeah. The thing is, he even compliments me for managing to keep up with my core audience, but that's one of my issues. I've never really known who my core audience are. I've had a lot of trouble defining myself, in all honesty, in that regard. And I think what I've realised, and one of the things I've been doing of late, is I've realised my core audience, well, I keep saying that term. I don't think it applies too well. Let's put that there. Oh, it goes off the bottom of the build area. What a shame. I'm not convinced that my core audience actually, quote-unquote, exists as such. I think that's my biggest issue with it. Because going of late, I worked out that, like, post-apocalyptic, settlement survival, like, more steady-paced games. Let's just watch these guys and make sure that the engines get enough juice to operate. Maybe a localized power plant would be a better idea. Actually, they seem to be keeping stocked fairly well. It's just taking them a while to get down there. More crew. If in doubt, more crew. Definitely. But yeah, it's like I started going more into some like settlement games, some post-apocalypse survival. I seem to like it when the world's been on fire and I'm helping it to recover. I noticed that as a bit of a running theme. Oh wait, I wanted these two rooms to actually be on the guns because we saw the test firing earlier and the gunnery crews were not quite keeping up with the power supply for constant fire. So I'll tell them to deal with that a bit better. And I'm also going to tell you guys to... Yeah, you guys are just going to be battery mules, battery mules, battery mules. You don't need to help operating stuff. I just need your help getting battery packs down to the engine section. That should do okay. Right, test flight. Off you go. So yeah, that's kind of what's been happening. So that's why Cosmoteer has been gone. But thing is, building games, space games, ship games, those are also kind of along the lines of my interests. So my argument would be Cosmoteer is also in my quote-unquote core audience kind of demographic kind of thing, because it's the kind of thing I enjoy doing and I do a lot. So Cosmoteer falling off the side of the truck was a complete accident, and I apologise for that a lot. But that's kind of what's happened. Did I really not build the things I tried to build? No doubt I'll find out sooner or later if I start running short on vital materials. The good news is, though, the rear engine bays are just keeping up with the power demand. Need some reactors back there, but right now it seems to be somewhat stable, so okay, I'll accept it being as it is. Okay. Perfect. Upgrade. Anyway, moving on. I said I'd say why I was firing my railguns. And that's because I went back to make sure that I checked the comments on the previous part 11. And that was something from Clint, actually. It said, great ship, but you blocked the railguns if they were working much faster death to the flood. Working much faster death, comma, to the flood. And as you saw test firing there, they were firing correctly, so I don't know what caused that. Maybe the ship was moving at the time. Maybe that was throwing off with the shots. That's the only thing I can think of, really. As I install some more powerful side thrust, because, you know, thrusters, good. Install a quick little passageway there, cheeky little passageway to get people through into it. Bit more side thrust. And I think my next upgrade will be a bit more dramatic in the form of more missiles, fiery missiles. That's actually been some tweaks in the missile stats since last time I played, so yeah, there's been a few changes, but it's okay. I think I'll just install it. It's going to be slightly further out there, but if I put it there, I could fit some more strafing thrusters onto the back of it. Let's do that. Let's put it there. That'll take a lot of my available capital, but that's just fine. That area contains all required missile crews. It doesn't contain the required reactor or passages, actually, so that might be a bit of an issue. Let's see. That's another 50k. I can afford that. Just door it up. It doesn't include the fire extinguishers either, but it's got all the crew. It doesn't have the FTL drive. I'll have to check FTL. A little bit weakened. What if I shift the FTL out a little bit? Wait, did I just... I did just accidentally delete the a couple of missile launchers. Whoops. Got to have that. We've got to have missiles. Got to have more missiles. Got to have more missiles. Missiles. Got to have the missiles. Got to have the missiles. It was there. And that actually makes the entire assembly too expensive now. Okay. That's better, right? Yeah, that's a bit better. And oh wait, apparently I didn't actually tell it to build the thing, so that's why it didn't. Okay. So yeah, that was Clint. Let's see. Captain Midstone said One Eye did all the built-ins himself. Ah yes, I was talking about that back then, wasn't I? It's like all the built-ins, all the changes. One Eye is quite prolific, and I was noting before that it's like thanking him for all the attention he was putting my way and helping me to work out what the hell I was doing. So again, thank you for that, to One Eye and everyone else who spotted my channel while I was running Cosmoteer consistently. Oh, put that there. 10th hour, yep. That should help a little bit with my FTL efficiency. But yeah, we need to go and murder stuff now, honestly. Let's see, all ion beams are exactly the same length. If a ship's ion beam is placed further back, it will need to get slightly closer to fire, which is what I might be confused by. Also, a quick FYI, while electro bolts are a high priority target at lower levels, at this point in the game they aren't as important because each shield they penetrate makes them weaker. And also because they all tend to focus on the same spot at once. Around tier 3, electro bolts are simply outclassed by sheer DPS. I can see exactly where you're coming from there. I feel like I've gone over this before, which is giving me a weird case of deja vu. But I searched my channel though, and part 11 is the most recent part, so I don't know why the hell I'm feeling like that. Anyway, let's actually go and murder something. Right. C10's 6. Only 307 away. We are getting slightly too large now for veteran, where we've been skulking around. So elite is actually going to be our next port of call. That's part of the reason why I was upping the missile complement and making sure we had more power and stuff like that. Just trying to make sure that we are actually battle ready to go into the elite tier, which I think might generally represents a bit of a difficulty spike. I forget if I think. Oh, I forget and oh. Yes, look out for the missiles. Yeah, veteran we're fine for, I think. Did we actually take any damage in that? I think we took a little bit. Splat. Yeah, I think we're kind of ready to try and reliably go for elites now. But it doesn't hurt to harvest a little bit extra from veterans, you know. But yeah, I feel like I've said this before, but I'm repeating myself because, in my defense, it has been about a month and a bit. I like the electro bolts just because they burn out shields quickly, which can actually help my DPS systems get through a little bit faster. I'm not trying to use the electro bolts actually to disable stuff outright, apart from the burning out shield generators. There's also been that little thing about interesting changes in how electro weaponry affects armor. As in, electro armor. If there was any doubt about the railguns firing, there it was. Oh. Yeah, you're not going to last very long, I don't think. Look at all the missiles. I think he's dead. I think he's dead. Oh dear. I think the only answer is I'm going to add a third bank of missiles onto this thing as soon as I can afford it. Right. What's I say? Yeah, that armor can apparently now soak a certain amount of electro damage. But then beyond that, it's like it lets the electro bolts through. I seem to still have trouble with turning. It lets the electro damage through to hit the blocks behind it, so armor is not as impassive when it comes to electro damage as it used to be, as I understand it. I have not really tried testing this stuff, so I'm not any kind of authority on the subject. I just know it's happened because I've took a quick skim through the patch notes. Like, I know that they've made some changes to missiles a little bit. Like, I think it's ranges mostly. Nothing that's really affected my setup here though, so I've not changed anything. But I'm not completely grounded yet on anything. Oh dear. And then there was a comment from Dammer who said, "Played with the flat cannons. They eat ammo like crazy, but shoot down everything." Still say, even with the break, this is still like the first time I've really tried. I've really tried using the flaks, so I still don't know exactly what they do. I do know that there's lots of explosives going on there. Okay, I think we're ready to try an elite section, honestly. Turning power is not that great, but we can turn enough to try and do stuff. There is that going on for us. I still want to try and solve the lateral thing, enemies getting past our forward defenses problem with lasers, though. I still think that'd be a really good idea. Actually, the problem with that is going to be cost. Let's install the last missile banks that we wanted. Got to make sure that the launchers are all in impeccable condition. Yes, I did add the door to those. Okay, make it so. That'll help. And then, as I said, we can install some more sideways thrust into the back of this missile section here, just to help it out a little bit. If I was to install a laser system on the side... Oh, that's another tidbit from the patch notes. Actually, ion prisms turn faster now than they used to. Hooray for strafing them with high-density ion beams. Not laser beams, ion beams. Hooray for that. Where's the power? Power. Power use 1.25 per second. Small react. Yeah, so a small reactor can keep a single laser charged. That is good enough for my purposes. The problem is the sheer cost, but we can actually afford it, so okay. I'll install that here, followed by a crew here, followed by a massive sod-off beam laser array here. I keep calling them beam lasers because they look like beam lasers to me, so I don't know. And I've also given them a fire extinguisher just in case. It'll have to be there. So that's 2 people to operate the laser. Beam. You know what I mean. 2 people to operate that. That's another 4 people to operate charging it from the reactor and to operate the fire extinguisher if needed. I think that is good. The presence of the laser beam is pleasing to mine eyes. I'm going to make solid armor plating because armor plating is also good. And then to make it function in its designated role, I will give it a ion prism, which will be about here. Of course, that means I'm going to have to extend the armor plate a little bit further. I don't think that's going to affect the launcher too much if I do that. But it will help to protect the beam array at least a little bit. Yeah, that should do it. And of course we want to make sure that we've got some protective wedges, just to make sure that nothing is going to break it. There we go. That should help with anything that tries to slip past my defences, with a bit of welcoming light. I shall shine a light on your presence. What's that? The light is too bright? No, I don't care. I'll shine the light on you anyway. And I'm going to save the game really quick. Oh dear. Moving on, there was still a couple. There was a comment from Kuba who says, "People still play the game. Me, the impossible, now possible." That me was Kuba. That was part of the comment, by the way. Wasn't me. And it's like, I actually responded to that one. Sorry for not responding to the previous round of comments. As I said, I got distracted by something no doubt very shiny and important. I said the devs done a good job with it. It deserves to be played more. Someone gave us a thumbs up actually, but it's true. The game continues to be well in development. As I look for the jump key, there it is. Right. Okay, let's bite the bullet and go into Elite once again. That'll cost us half our jump fuel to get over there, but if we can handle it, there's another Elite right next to it, so let's see what there is to be seen. Apologies if I've already been poking around in Elite, but I think, if I recall, I went in and got scared off. So, yeah. Just got to make sure that my batteries charge up. But yeah, this game, I think it lost some momentum, if I'm going to be fair. Yeah, I've already been here. There was one of those little Elite groups. So yeah, I have been wandering around the Elites for like maybe an episode or so. I just wasn't consistent about it. Oh dear. Oh yeah, it's you. You, my nemesis. I have changed since last we met. Oh, kill the Spartan, please. Just. Okay, let's focus fire on the Stellar Montana, because I hate that thing pretty much. Yep, that's the that kind of. Ah, yes. If that is yes, excellent. Kill that guy's ion beam emitter, please. Sorry, not ion beam, his railgun. Yes, with enough focused firepower, we managed to punch through on the Matutuina, Stella Matutuina, and just flat out murder its ion array, as it turned out. I'm not sure what hit it, if I'm honest, but something detonated the crystals, and then that blew out the ion cannons. Not entirely sure, but let's see. We've lost our port side ion array. It's trying to kill our starboard. Oops, never mind. There goes the starboard. But yeah, I think mostly it's our missile banks doing the work at the moment because we're trying to deal with it. But that said, we are doing a lot better than we have previously. And oh, those guys have been blocked by debris. What a shame. Yes, 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 yes. We are avenged. Yes, take it. This means, of course, we don't get much for being here, but boom. We did it. The thing that scared me off before, I've managed to kill it. Haha. The question is, was it worth it? Actually, just clearing those guys got back the fuel that took me to jump in here. And it got me 170 odd thousand. That was actually really worth it. Lost one crew, 31,500 repair bill. That went really, really well. I am pleased. Very pleased. I'm going to save the game again and then go to the next one because it might be one I also got scared out of. I don't know. Right. But, you know, more combat for the video and all that stuff. Right. 304 to jump there. Much cheaper since it's so close, but yeah, this craft is, I think, definitely capable of Elite in general. It was slightly underpowered before, it could be driven off by some of the designs, but it should handle anything I've seen so far in Elite. I just don't remember what I've seen. I'm going to have to go back and watch the series a bit and find out. Okay, and the last part was from Polar Bears, who said, I love the time-lapse. Adding more thrusters on the rear conveyor line would go a long way. Also, spaced armor is better against explosions, since they only transfer damage between connected parts. Oh, I know where the Deja Vu? How do you pronounce it? The Deja Vu is coming from. I just remembered. But yeah, spaced armor being better at explosions, so I actually had it inverted. Somehow. I got it wrong. I was thinking better against piercing, but yeah, better against explosions because it doesn't transfer the damage. That makes a good bit of sense. Thank you for clarifying that one. Rear conveyor line, or did that at the start of the episode, as you saw. Okay, what have we got? We've got, yep, another one of the big scary dudes. Let's go after the near guy, please. Actually, the Shogun's the near one, so turn yourself towards that. And a cheap railgun shot at the back of the thing. Sure, I'll take it. But you are the big scary dude, so I want you dead. And there's the side ion beam just doing stuff. Yes, ions. Yes. And that's what I was talking about. The electro bolts weren't doing any real damage, but they did enough to help short out the shields. And then with the shields down, I had enough focus firepower to hit the prism. And that's... It turns out the Stella Matutina... I'm not used to that name scheme. It turns out that it's very vulnerable if you can knock out those central prisms, because that burnt out the... It burnt out the ion beam generators again. Makes me wonder if that's been... Is that a recent change? Hang on. Let's have a look, see. Ion beam prisms. More stats, please. No, nothing about explosion damage on death. I don't know what's happening there. But it looked to me like the ion beams, when they were hit, was causing localized explosions. Either that or there's a reactor right behind them, but I don't recall there being one. Maybe I'm just not looking close enough. Or I'm... Well, probably I'm getting distracted again. I don't know. Something. But that seems to be a bit of a flaw in the design. If I'm going to be honest. But still, today marks a proud day of progress. I actually have managed to kill the thing that was scaring me the most so far in this entire playthrough. So, I am very proud of myself, if you can't tell. Oh, you're not allowed to run away, come on. I think it's dead. Look at that cloud of missiles. Yep, it's dead. Oh, I did hit myself with some of those missiles. I don't know if that's going to be an issue moving forward, but I think they just hit my shields, so no harm done. But yeah, the last bit of commenting though, I think I've done a good job balancing commenting and combat so far. We've managed to clear a couple of places, even if 2 of them were mostly cleared already. Is that the bit that probably I love the time lapse that I did last time? It's like the time lapse of me just reshuffling most of the ship. I thought that was way too much to just have in one place, so I'm glad that you guys seem to approve of that. I just felt like that was probably one of the weaker parts of the entire formula. It's just like, no way am I going to Vanguard just yet. I guess... No, that's a professional, that's too low. There is an elite over there. But yeah, we're almost done with this solar system, so we're going to have to move on. But yeah, the time-lapse, I only put that in because it's like... so like it was just a general tweaking pass, rearranging so much stuff. And oh yeah, there was one more thought I need to finish because we're about to hit the end of the episode. Remember I was saying deja vu? Oh yeah, I've not been here before. I was saying deja vu because I actually tried to record this part once before already. I just completely forgot about it. And the reason I didn't release that part about a month ago was entirely because the recording messed up. So this is all feeling so familiar because it's like, I've done this before. I've answered these comments before. And then the recording said, what the hell is that? Oh. A big ion-nosed ship. Okay. The Tolvir. Alright. Gotta find out what happens here then. Seems to be built along similar lines to the previous one, but it's like a different configuration. I'm actually not as worried about this one because the ion beam is a lot easier to get to in this guy. It's got a much more traditional shape to it, but the there goes the entire ion crystal array. Yeah, I feel like crystals are actually explosive now. for some reason. Oh, yep, there's the side ion beam doing something. In fact, you know what? Just murder that guy, please. Thank you. Yeah, I think the Tolvir is... it's a lot easier to knock out the ion beams on it. In the other design, the ion beams were recessed a lot, and it stopped a lot of stray fire from getting into it. Only minor damage. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Must admit, though, I like the Tolvir. The Tolvir is more the kind of ship I would build than the other guy. I told you I was struggling with the name. It's like, oop. Right. Okay. Sure. If there's one thing I like apart from post-apocalypse and shipbuilding, it's explosions. Must admit. Explosions and massive firepower. Okay, what do we got? We've got... Okay, just bore through that guy, please. I think I can do that reasonably quick. This guy is... Oh, this guy is... nukes. I don't want to face those for some strange reason. So I'm going to focus the nukes down ASAP. Before they can try and do anything. Oh, one's underway. Oh yeah, that did something. Problem is there's a reasonably heavy guy at the back here. Oh, he knocked out one of the crystals. Yeah, that crystal detonated. I think crystals definitely are explosive nowadays. Good, that's you. Let's take care of this annoying one. Come on. You're done. And that leaves you. Okay, I never focused on you, but you seem to have taken a little bit of damage, I think from missiles and the ion beam on that side. Alright. Yeah, I'm glad I focused the nukes. Just one actually blew out one of my electro bolts on impact through shielding. I need to look at the nukes. Heavy ordnance and all that. But yeah. 40k of damage. Yeah. The Grand Shaft is elite, prepared, and capable, I would say. It's got heavy enough weaponry and defences to actually survive. To be fair, I've not really upgraded the defences much. Well, actually I have. I've done the spaced armour and reshuffled things and added more shields. But I think it had enough defences the first time I was trying, if I recall. That was before the big update I did to its design. It's just, it didn't have enough firepower. That was its biggest problem. It could tank for a little bit, but it couldn't kill things fast enough. But yeah, I think the design's coming along quite nicely. Well, that said, yes, we are past the half-hour mark, so I'm afraid we're going to have to call it there. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and apologies again for falling off the bandwagon, falling off the treadmill for this game for a little bit there. It wasn't my intention, but that's unfortunately just how it wound up going, so my apologies. Until next time, I'll see you all later.